United States District Court for the Western District of Oklahoma is now in session. The Honorable Charles B. Goodwin presiding. God save the United States and this honorable court. Please be seated.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Judge Charles Goodwin of the United States District Court for the Western District of Oklahoma. And with us today are 25 applicants for citizenship, all of whom have completed the lengthy and difficult process of becoming a naturalized citizen of the United States. It is my privilege to welcome you here today. I'm also pleased to welcome the friends and family members who are with you today to witness this ceremony. Your help and support have been critical to the success of the applicants, and I'm delighted that you could be here to witness the final step in their journey to citizenship. There are a number of others here today who are with us, who have been of a particular help to the court in holding this ceremony, including representatives of various government offices, patriotic organizations, and other volunteers. There are, as you can imagine, lots of challenges to putting on this kind of public ceremony in the midst of a continuing global health crisis, and it has taken a great deal of planning and special effort to make sure that we're able to have these ceremonies and to do so safely. In particular, I'd like to recognize the Office of the Court Clerk, represented by Court Clerk Carmelita Shen, and members of her staff, including Bill Pickett, who you heard from earlier. Their work in putting on these ceremonies is difficult in these difficult times. I also want to represent the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services Office, represented by Heather Wells, Kelsey Riva, Elsa Lujan, and Noah Shelton. I also want to recognize the voter registration volunteers represented by Victor Gore. Also with us today is the Marshal, Johnny Coolman. I'd like to recognize him because his office is also part of the planning and logistics for these ceremonies. I now call on Heather Wells, Designated Naturalization Examiner from the Office of Citizenship and Immigration Services, Department of Homeland Security, to present the applications or the applicants for citizenship.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Before presenting the government's request, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the candidates for naturalization by their country of former nationality. There are 10 countries represented here today. As I call the country of your former nationality, please stand for a moment. Cameroon, Canada, India, Iran, Jamaica, Mexico, New Zealand, Pakistan, Philippines, and Vietnam. If it please the court, this morning the government is proud to present 24 candidates for citizenship on list number 1. Each of the candidates for citizenship have been examined by a duly designated naturalization examiner of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services and found entitled under the law to be naturalized. Each of the candidates has a required residence and physical presence in the United States, in the state of Oklahoma, and within the jurisdiction of this court. Each of the candidates has established that during the statutory period required by law, he or she was of good moral character, attached to the principles of our Constitution, and well disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States. Each of the candidates, unless exempt by law, has demonstrated an ability to read, write, and speak words in ordinary usage in the English language. Each has also demonstrated his or her knowledge and understanding of the fundamentals of the history and government of the United States. Therefore, I present to you the applicants for naturalization and ask that you administer the oath of allegiance and admit to United States citizenship the applicants on list number 1 and grant their respective changes of name. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. West. Now I would ask that all the applicants for citizenship stand and take the oath of allegiance to your new country. The oath will be administered by Clerk Carmelita Shen.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God.
All right. You may be seated. And all of you, having just taken the oath of allegiance, and I, having just signed an order granting petitions for citizenship and for name change, you are all now citizens of the United States of America. Congratulations. Welcome to all of you, my fellow Americans. This is one of my favorite moments at the courthouse, one of my favorite ceremonies. It is a great honor to be here and welcome you as citizens of this country. It is the nature of judges that we like to give advice, but today I wanted to talk a little bit about a few things that I've learned from you and the people who sat in those chairs before you. First, I'm reminded of the importance of choice. It's often difficult to change your circumstances and to change how you live your life, but all of you have done that, and you should be commended for that. Second, I'm reminded of the importance of family and community. I know none of you would be here without the support of family and friends. We've already recognized the people who are here with you, but for many of you, there are grandparents or parents or brothers or sisters or friends who are not able to be here. Some of them may no longer be alive. People who, although they could not make the journey with you to America, still made that journey possible through their love and sacrifice for you. And I hope all of you take a moment today and think of them and how proud they would be of you today. Third, I'm reminded that a government is only as good as its people. You are all now full citizens of this country. And so the success or failure of this country absolutely depends on you. And I don't mean just financial or military success. I mean a government and a community committed to fairness under the law, to the liberty of all people, to educating children, to resolving disputes with reason, and to appreciating and supporting people of different backgrounds who are committed to the same ideals. I hope you take that responsibility seriously in the days and the years to come, and I know that you will. I'm proud of all of you and wish you all the best as you go forward in your lives. Congratulations again. As has been our tradition for a long time in this court, I'm going to ask that we all stand, including the new citizens, and that we pledge allegiance to your new flag, led by the clerk of court, Ms. Shea.
Place your hand over your heart. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Thank you to everyone for being here and making this such a special occasion. This concludes our ceremony. I'm going to ask that all of the people being naturalized remain in the courtroom after these proceedings for a few administrative details. You will need to pick up your certificate of citizenship and some other documents, I believe. There being nothing further, the court is now in recess. Again, congratulations.